Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 4, and here's what's coming up in today's episode. I love transfer deadline day in career mode. It is so fun. I know you guys do as well. We've got 10 hours on the clock to make some moves, and let's see what we can do. Because right now we've got 3 scouts ready to be dispatched and sent around the world. But the question is, where should we send them? I like our first 11, the bench is pretty decent too, and again the former in the start of the season off has been very impressive. We should be targeting wins, not just draws. And you know, without wishing to tempt fate as I ordinarily do, everything's been fantastic for Fulham so far. It's been a start I could never have imagined. 7 points from a possible 9 games, back-to-back clean sheets in our last 2 matches. Our new signings looking fantastic, and as we approach deadline day today, there's still 8 million in the bank to make a new signing as well. So right now, things have been brilliant, and I know now I've said that, it's all going to go wrong today. But we start today's episode off with a transfer over here for Cabano, our left winger that can also play for the middle as well. Now, he did accept a bid earlier on in the series from Independiente, but he turned down the contract, and to be honest, he is out of contract in the summer. I'm not against letting him go, but I think I might possibly keep him instead as a backup winger for Ryan Sessegnon on the left-hand side. So it's a decent fee. It's just under the valuation, but I'm going to say no. I think I'd rather keep him here, at least for the first window and the first few months. And before we get to deadline day, there is another bid here, this time for Camara, our young French striker, I think 23 years old, and as you can see right now, Chiesa Verona want to take him to Italy for 3.35 million. Now, I wouldn't be against this deal, because right now, of course, we've got Mitrovic as our top scorer with 2. We've got Vieto off the bench as well. And, of course, we've got Timmy Abraham, a young talent. Timmy Abraham, brother Tammy, that I'd like to use as well this season. If we can get around 4.5 million, I'll take it. We'll see what they say. He did alright in his first season with Fulham last year, but he's yet to get off the mark in the Premier League. And at 71 rated, 23 years old, I'm not sure he's going to get too much better than he currently is. Now, the transfer fee is over the valuation. I'm not sure they'd accept £4 million, but £4.25 million, that could be an alright deal. We'll see what they say to that first. 4.25 mil. They're saying no, 3.85 mil plus a 5% sell-on clause. But that is still over £1 million over his current market valuation. What we'll do is, I don't normally find much benefit in the sell-on clauses. We'll remove that and we'll up it to 4 million. If it goes 4 million, I'll take it. 4 million for Camara. Let's see what they say. Yep, that's a fair deal. So Camara probably off to Italy. And again, I'm okay with that deal because there are some strikers now on the shortlist we got, such as Calvert-Lewin and Nketiah. If we sell Camara, we'd have enough to bring one of those guys in. And as Steven Sessegnon has just been loaned out for a year, we're going to play our first of 2 games today. And our first cup game of the series is to take on Huddersfield Town at Craven Cottage in the EFL Cup second round. However, this competition in all of my career modes is always the lowest priority, and we always field a weakened side. So a 4-3-3, 11 changes for our victory over Burnley, but a debut for Papa Cisse. Excited to see how he gets on. And as for the Terriers, they're lining up in a 5-3-2 featuring Andreas Pereira, who they've just signed from Manchester United. So a couple of debuts for both teams today, and Aaron Moy also starts in the middle of the park as well. Yeah, I did not expect this game was going to be a classic. 35 minutes in, don't think there's been a shot yet. Diakabi looking to turn and find a bit of space here. He's picked out Aaron Moy, who shoots. Chambers blocks, but Mbenza gets back to it. Pressure still on. Eric Durm crossing. Cisse, big strong header. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Commanding. Now, I don't know who presents the highlights package nowadays for the Carabao Cup. Is it ITV or BBC? I'm not entirely sure. But I can guarantee at this rate, this game would definitely be dead last. There's been nothing going on. Right for Fulham. And it's Cisse on the ball. Looking for Zambo in acres of space here to let fly from range. Oh, what a goal! A moment of magic to separate the sides and find a goal. Zambo, what a strike! There has been nothing going on in this game, and so often when that happens, it's either a moment of magic or a catastrophic error that sees the first goal get scored, and it's the former. Zambo in lots of space, gets it out of his feet, and look at that for a curling effort. Ben Hamer at full stretch, diving to his left, can't get anywhere near it. Wonderfully placed effort into the top corner. That's a contender for goal of the season already. What a beautiful strike. Cabano's just gone down clutching his leg here as the play continues, and Cisse makes a brilliant tackle and clears it away. I'll tell you what, this is a competition for the fringe players to impress, and Cisse tonight has not put a foot wrong in his debut. He's been brilliant. So is Le Marchand as well. He's had a great game at left back today. And as we're still leading by a goal, if we can hang on to this, it's 3 clean sheets in a row for Fulham. Very impressive. And as Johansson's on the ball, it's a 4-on-2. Shouldn't mess this up. Camara is through. Can he leave us with a goal on his final appearance? He can indeed, and that should put the game beyond doubt, Fulham 2, Huddersfield 0, and surely on his final game for the club, Camera sends us through. And that will do it. Referee blows full time, 2-0 the final score, and into the EFL Cup third round. Not too fast, but I thought the fringe players tonight that got their chance to impress really did impress. Very good. There's certainly healthy competition for first team places in our debut year at Craven Cottage, and I gotta say, in these sort of games, this is the chance for those fringe players to impress and to show me they deserve a place in the starting 11, and a few players really stood out tonight. Zamba I thought played really well. I thought Cameron, who took his chance, he's probably going to be leaving, played alright too. I thought Le Marchand played well, Johansson played really well, and also on his debut, Pape Cisse didn't put a foot wrong. Very good performance there from the backup brigade, really good. So it's now time for transfer deadline day. I love transfer deadline day in career mode. It is so fun. I know you guys do as well. We've got 10 hours on the clock to make some moves, and let's see what we can do. So obviously right now we've got a pretty decent team. I like what we've got. However, his camera is going to leave, which is to be expected on this deadline day. I would like a new third choice striker to replace him. So we'll advance through the day and see if he does go. We're advancing through the day, and there we go in the top left. Camera has indeed been sold. He bows out with a goal. I really like that as he helps send us through to the next round. He's off to Kiev Verona, £4 million. We'll see £3.1 million of that. And again, I would like a striker to replace him. And right now, there's two on the shortlist that I think will do a really good job for us with £11 million in the bank right now. We've got Nketiah, who I think we could really grow into a great striker in the future. But at 64 overall, he's not that much better than Timmy Abraham. And I wouldn't be against bringing him in as a cheap signing, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin is 10 ratings higher and only 2 years older. He'll cost an awful lot of money, but I am a big fan of this guy in real life, man. I think he's really got some great talent, and again, 21 years old, he's certainly got a lot of room to grow. High medium work rate, 6'2", so he's got some height as well. 3-star, can play on the left-hand side. Physically, he's really well balanced. He's quick, but he's also agile. He can jump, he's got stamina and strength as well, and technically too, great ball control stat there, 74, dribbling 76, and he can finish 69 with 76 shot power as well. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I'd like to bring him to replace Camera. Let's see if we can do it. Everton fans are really keen on this guy, and rightfully so. Really, really good talent. Goodison Park. He got quite a few of them as well. And we'll start off with a lower than valuation bid to begin with. No. We'll do the valuation bid to begin with, because I don't see that coming up. It's 7.5 million, and we should wait and see what Marcus Silva says to that. Well, they've said no, but they would accept £8.1 million plus a 5% sell-on clause. What I'm going to do is remove that sell-on clause, because we could definitely sell this guy on for a profit in years to come. We'll duck the transfer fee down at £8 million. That's 500 grand over the valuation, and we'll see what Marco Silva says. And they say, yeah, £8 million for Calvert-Lewin, no sell-on clause as well. That's a fantastic deal. And of course, don't forget, Luciano Vietto is only here on loan at Fulham, so past the first season, now that we sold Camera, we'll just have Mitrovic and a couple of their youngsters as well. So what we really want to do is bring in someone that's got the first team quality already and could be here for quite a while as well. So 5-year deal is perfect, squad role rotation perfect, everything's going according to plan, no release clause as well, and now let's see what they want for the money. I hate doing the first bid, man. I really do, because I never know what to offer. Okay, so we'll go with what they're on right now, which is 48.5 grand a week. So that's what they're getting paid currently. We'll give a $500,000 sign-on bonus as well. See, I never know if I'm going too far up, but I just don't want them to walk out, because then we can't negotiate any further for another week. So let's see what they say to that deal. And they say, yeah, that's a fair offer, and the client is happy with it. So £48,500 a week, $500,000 sign-on bonus, 5-year deal, great stuff. So it's probably a little bit of an overspend there, I gotta be honest, but hey, the most important thing is that we got our man, which we did. And to be fair, in today's footballing world, that contract is not bad at all on a 5-year deal when the guy's just 21 years old and already 74 rated. So the question is, my marketing managers, once again, I'm asking you guys, what number should Calvert-Lewin wear in this Fulham team? Now, right now, he's wearing number 29 for Everton, but I kind of want to give him something different here at Fulham, as he can try and re-establish himself as a new player. Now, we can give him number 11 that Cabano wears, and because he can play down left-hand side too, that's not a bad choice from there. So we'll go with 11, 12, 15, 17, and 18. Yeah, so those 5 choices right there. There's a poll in the top right once again. What number is Calvert-Lewin going to wear? I think for now I'll give a number 18 because I quite like that on a striker, 99. And as for James Tarkowski, I asked you guys in the last episode what number our new centre-back should wear. Had a great start for us, of course, man of the match from his debut against Spurs, helped to keep 2 clean sheets in a row. I asked you guys, my market manager, what number he should wear, and you guys voted for number 5. Excellent choice, we'll take that away from Callum Chambers and give him number 5 jersey. It's what he wears at Watford, and it just suits him. He's a real number 5, Tarkowski. Fits him perfectly. So there is 3 hours remaining on the clock here on transfer deadline day. However, what we're going to do is keep our money in the bank right now. We've got about £2.5 million remaining because in the first season, hands off Everton. I know you just took Calvert-Lewin, but you're not taking Kenny. Because in the first season of career mode, there are lots of great players that are out of contract in the summer. And therefore, we can pick them up on free transfers for the next year on a pre-contract deal. So deadline day is going to end there. We'll keep what we've got left in the transfer budget right now. And I've got to say, for our first summer window with Fulham, what a fantastic first window it's been. Incredibly productive. We spent an awful lot of money. When you look at the signings we brought in this season, David Neres, Sander Berge, Cisse, Tarkowski, now Calvert-Lewin as well. £67.5 million spent. We got rid of some deadwood as well, some of our senior players we weren't planning to use, and raised £15.5 million as well. I really like what we did in this first summer transfer window. We've improved this team, particularly defensively, which was our main aim, and the team's looking an awful lot stronger and an awful lot younger as well, which is a big priority for us in our first season here at Craven Cottage. So the transfer deadline day is over, the transfer window is shut. The top deals were Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio to PSG for £79 million, Rakitic joining Spurs for £61.9 million, and David Alaba. He always seems to leave Bayern Munich in the first transfer window, doesn't he? He's gone to Real Madrid for £56 million. That's it, deadline day's over, and I've got to say, great first window that. It's like that's one of the most common transfer things, isn't it, in career mode. In the first window, or possibly the second window, you always see David Alaba go somewhere. For me, it was often Juventus. David Alaba would always go to Juventus. Instead, this year he's going to Real Madrid. Anyway, before we play the second and final game of today's episode away against Brighton back in the Premier League, I'm going to be asking you guys, my head of youth development, what countries we should scout with Fulham in this our first season. Because right now we've got 3 scouts ready to be dispatched and sent around the world. But the question is, where should we send them? So what happens in my career mode is when it's time to send our youth scouts out, I ask you guys to comment a country in the comment section down below, and what I'll do for the next episode is I'll pick 5 of those nation suggestions, put them in a poll, and you guys vote for 3 out of 5 where we send our youth scouts out to. So in today's episode, that's my question for you guys, my head of youth development. I need as many comments as possible in the comment section down below right now. Tell me where we should send our youth scouts. Just give me one nation, one comment, it's all I'm asking for, and tell me where we should send our youth scouts out. And in the next episode, I'll put 5 nations in the poll, and you guys can vote for where we send our scouts out to. So moving on to our second and final game of today's episode, back to the Premier League, away against Brighton & Hove Albion, taking on Chris Hughton's side right now, who have lost their first 3 games in the Premier League and sit in 19th place. They're desperate to get off the mark today and get at least a point against us, lining up in a 4-4-1-1. But as for us, we are unchanged from our victory over Burnley last weekend, lining up in our 4-3-3, so back to full strength. Calvert-Lewin will not start this game, but I do have him on the bench, and I'm not against bringing him on. So 7 points from 9, now let's make it 10 points from 12, and keep the undefeated starts of the season going. Come on Fulham, I'm expecting a win. That's the confidence that I'm feeling right now with this Fulham team, like genuine confidence. I like the side we have, I like our first 11, the bench is pretty decent too, and again the former in the start of the season off has been very impressive. We should be targeting wins, not just draws. Here's Carredo, tackled by Fossey Mensah, and now Kenny sends Neres down the right hand side. He's in behind the back line. Across comes Anton. Can he beat him? David Neres looking to get past him. Yes, stays on his feet. Great work from Neres. Now, can he step inside? That's what we brought him in to do. David Neres, wonderful work. I should have pulled the trigger. Did everything right there, but just did one skill too many. Brian storming down the left hand side. Has Sessegnon out wide, finds him. Martin Montoya to beat, and on the overlap is Brian. I like these two as a left side pairing, I really do. Now Mitrovic getting into the area, and I'll look for the overlapping run of Sessegnon, and in goes the cross, and it's Kearney coming up, and he'll drop to David Neres at the far post. But I'll tell you one thing about David Neres, he does lack a finishing touch to begin with. That's already his second sitter he's missed this season. Fires it wide. How has he missed a target? Training is going to start in the very next episode for those that have been asking for it. And David Neres, I think, is going to need to work on his finishing. That's already the second gaff this season from Neres. He should have 3 goals already. Here he is down the right side. Again, what he can do is tease defenders with skill. Neres looking for space. Straight at Matt Ryan. Neres down this right-hand side. Drags it back. Finds Fossey Mensah. And he needs to continue running there because there's space for him to run into. And there we go, David Neres with Bernardo to beat. Oh yes, David Neres! David Neres, please, this time David Neres! Oh, it's just a finish. That's all he needs to work on, just to finish. Everything else is perfect. Once we train that finishing and he becomes deadly, every team in Europe will want him. So unstoppable. Chance for Brighton across the middle, volley in, and a goal. And for all of our attacking chances, it takes just one opportunity for the host to go in front. And just past the hour mark, Florian Andone has made it 1-0. Well, I felt for sure we would break the deadlock at some point, but instead it's Brighton in front, courtesy the Romanian striker, beats Tarkowski to the ball. Wonderful scissor kick volley, to be fair. And the former Deportivo striker gives Brighton their goal to go in front. And could this be our first loss of the season? One for Fulham, 12 minutes to go. And I think what I might do is just make a real quick change here and take off Alfie Mawson for Pape Cisse. So now we've got a 6'6" and a 6'4" centre-back on the pitch that will come forward for these corners. 12 minutes to go. We've got the height, we've got the strength. Mitrovic up there as well. We just need someone to get the head on this corner and find the back of the net. This will be incredible if it works. I don't think it will, but you never know, right? Kearney to take it, whips it in, and it is towards Mitrovic. Oh, headed off the line. Tarkowski, Kearney, cleared away. And Brighton escape. We've had the chances. I can't believe we're going to lose this one. And there it is. It's all over. The undefeated start has been ended by Brighton Hove Albion. Their first Premier League points of the season. Chris Hughton celebrates, but for us, it's all over. Felt we should have won this game as well, and that's what hurts so much about this becoming our first defeat. We had plenty of chances to score the goals to win the game, but instead, we just weren't clinical enough, and we didn't take the opportunities we had. So, Brighton get the win by a goal to nil. I thought Neres played spectacularly well for us. It's just that he lacked the finishing touch, which again, rest assured, will get worked on in training. But I'll give man of the match the game winner, Andone, a wonderful scissor kick, giving Brighton their first 3 points of the season. And unfortunately for us, our undefeated start does end there. But regardless, it's still been a brilliant start. We're not going to dwell on that. Lots of the season still to come, and it's still been a really good beginning. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching, and hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and it really helps the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode. Don't forget, I need your comments for the country's Wheel Scout or the Youth Scouting team in the comment section down below, and the next episode, we'll send them out. Thanks, guys. Bye.